If you're looking for a simple, quick, yet delicious and appealing dish for the whole family, then today I'm going to share a very interesting recipe using extremely familiar ingredients: tofu and eggs. With just a few easy-to-find ingredients and a straightforward method, we can create a soft, creamy, and delicious dish that's perfect for breakfast, a snack, or served with rice. Curious about how this dish is made? Let's get cooking! Here, I've prepared a block of tofu. First, I'll place the tofu in a suitable bowl. Then add some salt. And then add enough water to completely submerge the tofu. This soaking step helps to clean the tofu and also makes it slightly firmer and tastier when cooked later. While waiting for the tofu to soak, I'll take the opportunity to prepare the vegetables to cook with it. First, let's start with the green onions. I've already removed the unnecessary parts and washed them thoroughly beforehand, so now I just need to place them on a cutting board and chop them finely. After chopping the green onions, I'll put them on a plate to prepare them. Next, let's add the chili peppers. I'll also clean and chop them into bite-sized pieces, then put them on the plate with the green onions for easier cooking later. If you like your food spicier, you can adjust the amount of chili peppers to your taste. Finally, let's add the garlic. I've already cleaned the garlic, so I'll lightly crush it first. This makes it easier to chop and releases its aroma better during cooking. Then, I'll chop it very finely so that when sautéed, the garlic will be evenly fragrant and make the dish much more appealing. Now, I'll take the tofu out of the soaking water, let it drain a bit, and then start preparing it for the next step. I'll use a knife to cut the tofu into small, bite-sized pieces, about 2 centimeters thick. Cutting it this thickness ensures the tofu retains its softness inside, but is firm enough not to break too easily when frying and coating with egg. Next, I'll prepare the egg. Here, I'm using 3 eggs, cracked into a separate bowl. Then, using chopsticks or a whisk, beat them well to completely combine the yolks and whites, helping the egg coating to be evenly colored and adhere better to the tofu surface when fried. Once the eggs are beaten, I'll pour a thin layer of egg onto a plate. Then arrange the tofu pieces evenly on top. This ensures the underside of the tofu is in contact with the egg first, so the coating adheres better when fried. After arranging all the tofu pieces on the plate, I'll pour the remaining egg mixture over them, ensuring both sides are evenly coated. However, I'll adjust the amount of egg slightly as needed. If there's too much egg, the excess will separate during frying instead of sticking to the tofu, making the dish less visually appealing. Therefore, if there's a little too much egg, I'll pour some out so that the egg mixture just covers the tofu pieces, making frying easier and resulting in a more attractive dish. Now I'll prepare the sauce. First, I'll add 2 tablespoons of water to a bowl. Next, add a little oyster sauce. Then, I'll add 1/2 teaspoon of salt to adjust the taste to your liking. To enhance the aroma, I'll add a little black pepper, which will make the dish more fragrant and give it a pleasant, mild spiciness. Finally, I'll add a little water to dilute the mixture, helping the sauce to absorb more evenly into the dish during cooking. After adding all the ingredients, I'll stir everything together until the seasonings are completely blended. My sauce is now ready. Now, let's start frying the tofu and egg. First, place the pan on the stove and add some olive oil. When the pan is slightly hot, gently add the egg-coated tofu to the pan. At the same time, pour the remaining egg mixture over the tofu to create a fuller egg coating, making the finished dish look more appealing and beautiful. I will fry over low heat for about 3 to 5 minutes, allowing the egg to cook slowly and evenly without burning too quickly on the outside while the inside is still hot. For dishes like this, frying over low heat will result in a more beautiful and easier to handle finished product. When you see that the bottom has turned a beautiful golden color and is firm enough, use a large plate to cover the pan, then carefully flip it over to bring the other side down to the pan to continue frying. This method helps maintain the shape of the dish, preventing it from breaking when flipping with a spatula, especially since tofu is quite soft. Once the other side is also golden brown and the egg layer is fully cooked, the dish is ready and delicious. I will gently transfer it to a plate to prepare for the next step. Once the oil is hot, add the prepared onions, chili peppers, and garlic to the pan and stir well to release their aroma. After a short while, when the garlic starts to turn a light golden color and a distinct aroma rises, avoid overcooking it as it will become bitter. Next, pour the prepared sauce into the pan. When the sauce comes into contact with heat, the aroma from the soy sauce, oyster sauce, and spices will blend together, creating a very appealing flavor. Wait until the sauce begins to simmer, then gently add the previously fried egg tofu to begin simmering. After adding the tofu, cover the pan and keep the heat low, allowing the sauce to slowly soak into each piece of tofu and the egg coating. This simmering method makes the dish much more flavorful. The tofu inside remains soft, but absorbs the flavors very well. When you see the sauce starting to thicken to a moderate consistency and coating the dish evenly, add a little chopped green onion and a few slices of chili peppers at the end to enhance the color and fresh aroma of the dish. Stir gently for a moment, then turn off the heat and serve the dish on a plate. Once finished, this flavorful braised tofu with egg sauce can be enjoyed in many ways, making it convenient for everyday meals. You can eat it with hot rice for a main course, as the sauce is well absorbed and rich in flavor, making it a perfect accompaniment to rice. Alternatively, it can be a light breakfast, a quick lunch, or even a simple meal on days when you don't want to cook anything too elaborate. With familiar ingredients like tofu and eggs, it's a fairly economical option that still delivers a delicious and flavorful experience. What I love about this dish is that it's not too complicated to make, the ingredients are easy to find, and the cooking time is quite fast, yet the finished product is very appealing with its golden egg coating, soft tofu inside, and fragrant braising sauce that coats every piece. If you have tofu and a few eggs at home, you can definitely try this recipe to add variety to your meals. Hopefully, today's video has given you another simple and easy-to-make recipe idea. If you found it helpful, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe so I have more motivation to share more interesting recipes. See you in the next videos.